Okay, let's start with first of all, who of you heard about breath hold activities, freediving? Like, have you heard about it? Okay, because I was a swimmer, same as you, since I was a kid. My first competition was when I was 4 years old. I started when I was 3 years old, and I was competing for like 12 years or more than 12 years in swimming and fin swimming as well. And then when I was 17, I switched to freediving, and then I competed in freediving for the last 20 years. My specialty is depth. In breath hold, there is several disciplines. There is time to hold your breath as long as possible. My best is 9 minutes breath hold, but it's not my specialty. I stopped doing breath hold for time like 10 years ago, and I switched to depth. There is pool as well to swim as long as possible. Do you know how long is the record? Do you know what's the best pool result, roughly? Anyone? Let's say there are disciplines with fins. Their best performances with monofin, the one large fin. Then the bifins will be the second longest, and then breaststroke will be the third one. So what do you think is it with monofin? 200, 250? 354. 300? Oh, almost. A little bit less than 300. So, 350. With monofin, the best is 318 in the long course pool, not in the short course, in long course. So it's almost like it's how many? 12, more than 12 laps holding your breath. With bifins, it's a bit less. It's like a little bit under 300. With no fins, breaststroke is in the short course is 244. So it's almost 10 laps with no fins. Breath hold is all about being able to inhale as much air as possible, and we'll practice today. The focus for today practice and lecture, like it's a mix of lecture and practice, will be for you to be able to breathe a little bit deeper. We'll do a warm-up, because every extra like few percent of air will help, right? If you practice over the few months period or the year period, you can increase your lung size by 5%, 10%. And if your lungs are bigger, if you train your breathing muscles and diaphragm, your chest, upper part of the lungs, lower part of the lungs, each of your inhale will be more efficient. So that's just a small warm-up part of the session. The important part, the next part of the session, will be how to relax as fast as possible. And then with breath holds, the important part is how to deal with nerves, how to deal with anxiety, if you feel stressed. And that's something that helps to prepare for their dives for freedivers, to be as calm as possible. So you can only dive really far or hold your breath if you're really, really calm and relaxed. In other sports, in swimming and any other sports, being able to manage your nerves is the key element as well, right? Because who feels a bit of anxiety or stress in swimming competition? Do you feel that? Like it's always like you feel a bit of anxiety. If you feel anxiety, you're tense, your breathing muscles are tense, your shoulder, everything is tense. So being able to control your breathing muscles and to relax fast, that's one of the key elements. So with depth, that's the specialty for me. I do depth. Pressed with pressure, it's even more important to relax as well, because if you dive really deep and you get compressed, but at the same time you feel like panicky or tense, then it's really like just hard for your body to withstand this pressure. Like, what do you know the record? Anyone? 100 feet? No, deeper. 200 meters? No. There is one record which is I can explain, but not 200 meters is less. Is less with more.
110 meters.
Deeper. Anyone? Depth? 140 meters. Okay, almost there. So there are a few disciplines for depth. There is one discipline where you don't swim, you just sit on their like sled, where you pull the brake and you just free fall down as deep as possible. So there, the world record is more than 200 meters, but it's not competitive discipline. With this discipline, you just free fall, you pinch your nose, equalize your ears, so there's no pain. Anyone tried diving and felt the pain in the ears? So if you dive, if you don't pinch your nose, then the pressure will push your eardrums and you'll feel pain. Not to have the pain, you pinch your nose and you blow. You tried that before, right? So try, if you pinch your nose, if you feel like your nostrils expand, then your pressure is equalized. Like, it should really move. So if you don't do anything and if you just sit on the sled, the record is 200 meters plus. But if you swim down, the world record now with monofin is 136 meters, which is like 450 feet roughly. And it takes about 4.5 minutes to swim down, swim up. That's the current record I hold, 136 meters. 125 meters is with bifins. And the current record with no fins is 102 meters, so it's a breaststroke. Okay, so that's the record. And it's all about efficiency, how you can swim with least possible effort, but still you need to swim with a lot of like power because you need to go through the positive buoyancy. It takes a lot of effort. Yeah.
It's in the ocean or pool?
Usually it's an ocean. And the deepest pool currently is 60 meters. The deepest pool in the world is in Dubai. 60 meters, 200 feet deep pool. So this pool is like 5 feet, right, or 6 feet, very, very shallow. So in Dubai, it's 200 feet pool. And have you seen it? Yeah. You've seen it. So you look underwater, and there's like the sunken city, trees, cars, motorcycles. Like if you ever in Dubai, that's the place, like the most beautiful pool in the world. That's super, super big. Okay, so there is no need for speed, but we need a lot of oxygen, a lot of air, and we need a lot of like a very, very big inhale. In swimming, you don't have time to, but if you practice and you strengthen your breathing muscles, and with each inhale you can take a little bit more air with the same effort, just because you practice and you do this on land. This happens so that it's natural. You can inhale more air with each cycle, like few percent, then your efficiency will be also higher. In freediving, we have which will allow us to pack more air with like extra 2 liters lungs. It looks like that. We'll not do this with you because you don't need that. It's inhale. Then when I cannot inhale anymore with my breathing muscles, I stop and then I pack 2 liters more. Allows just for extra 20% more air. So it's a big extra portion, and that's something we use to stretch. So if you stretch like that, you must do this when you sit, because for example, if I will do extra standing, I could black out, right? Blackout is one of the dangers in breath holding. You need to remember that in the water, all the dives, if you do the dives, you don't push your limits. The purpose of today's class is to help you to feel a little bit extra volume of your lungs. That's one, but also for you to feel how your breathing can affect your nervous system. So there is a very direct connection with the breathing and the nervous system. As soon as you breathe more actively, each inhale, when you inhale actively, your heart rate like accelerates. And when you inhale and you focus on inhale, your nervous system also activates the part which is all about activity, about your as well. So if you focus on inhale, you activate your nervous system. If you focus on exhale, that's the key element to slow down your heart rate. And we have this ability to increase the heart rate and slow down the heart rate in each cycle. And it you to come very, very fast. With each focus on exhale, and you relax your shoulders, you relax your neck, and you train your attention your muscles, in your shoulder muscles. With each cycle, you can calm down very, very fast. And it's like a technique, like a swimming technique. If you practice, you'll be able to calm down in 1 minute. Or like if you have important event like competition, etc., right? You just switch your attention to your breathing, focus on exhale part of the breath, not on inhale, on the exhale. Because sometimes we hear the advice, okay, try to like inhale as much as possible, and it's part of the equation. We inhale, but with inhale again we speed up the heart rate. The important part is after the inhale is to exhale. So try this now. Let's do it together, and just prolong your exhale and hold your breath for 1 second or 2 seconds after exhale. Because if you inhale like a big portion, then you exhale, and then you pause for 1 or 2 seconds, and then you relax for a few seconds, then this is the best moment for your nervous system and for your heart to slow down. Okay? Let's do a few cycles, like 5 cycles. Inhale. Longer exhale. Pause. Inhale. And start with the belly. Longer exhale. And when you exhale, relax your shoulders, relax your neck. This little pause after exhale, you rest. Inhale. Exhale. Relax your shoulders. Pause. And one more. Inhale. Exhale. Pause. How do you feel? Feel calmer? Their neck and shoulder area is important to not to tense up your neck muscles. One of their important elements when you try to inhale as much as possible, you might tense up in the shoulders. When you tense up in the shoulders, so it's all about technique as well. You pay the attention to these little details, like when you swim. When you swim, you want to pay attention to all their arm, like body, right? The same way you can pay attention to all the details in the cycle. Inhale, exhale, pauses. And if you inhale, if you lift your shoulders, if you tense your neck, this way you activate your nervous system. Because our nervous system goes from our brain, through our neck, all the way to the heart, to the lungs, like to our body. So you increase the tension and you activate your nervous system, become more stressed. And if you want to calm down, stress is actually not always bad. You want to be ready and energized before the swim. You want a little bit of stress, but you don't want too much. If you too much stress and if you stay in the stressed state for 30 minutes, for 1 hour, you'll just be burned out, you'll be tired, right? And the same true for school, for the university, like when you prepare for your school, if there's an important event, you don't want to be stressed and be like tense. So this technique, like the same way you technique in swimming, your technique of breathing and focusing on exhale, focusing on pause, and just being more aware of your tension on the neck and their shoulders will help go through the cycles, and it becomes your natural technique. It will become easier for you to control it. Okay? So now let's do 3 more cycles, but we start from the belly. Attention to the back side of the lungs. A lot of the time when we focus on the full inhales with the chest, and we tense up our back a little bit and maybe shoulder blades as well. And actually the bigger part of the lungs is in the belly. This is the part which is more flexible. And the bigger part of the lungs is in back. I try to inflate my blades, okay? So just watch first. I will inhale. And okay, can you see the back expansion? So try to do that now. Few cycles, 3 cycles. Low part of the lungs first, belly, and the shoulders, but longer exhale. Pause. Just rest. Inhale. Longer exhale. Pause. Inhale. Pause. Okay. So simple, full breathing cycles, just to warm up. Now we'll focus a little bit more on range of motion. Try to do full inhales, and we'll start. So Just do the side bends together. So basically, the one side, another side, front part, and the back part. If you do this exercise while standing, like me, you might get dizzy. So the trick here is to inhale with portions. If you inhale lung, it's too much pressure, and sometimes it's too much pressure for your heart, for your blood vessels. Time to adapt. We want to inhale over the longer period of time, like 10 seconds. So let's inhale, and we stretch. Top up, top up, top up. And this way we'll focus on the fullest possible inhale plus stretching. Okay? Let's do it. 100%, like part inhale and stretch. Let's start. Inhale. Stop. And do gentle side stretches. Open your chest and stretch your back. Top up. Right. Side. Front part. Back. Okay, and if you have more air, top up more. Hold the breath. If you want to finish, finish. And a bit more stretching. The third one is optional. You can do 2, and that can be enough. And the back part. Breathe, recover breath. With more practice, you'll be just maybe like second. For today, it could be enough. If you feel like you have more breath hold, do first one, third one. And then with practice, you'll have bigger range of motion. Right now, it can be like a little bit of side bends. I'll do the full inhale and demonstrate I'll do full inhale plus packing. We don't do packing right now. It's something which might create too much tension. I will show you full inhale plus 2 liters, and now you'll see you'll have this full range of motion, right? If you don't train your breathing muscles, you don't stretch them, you might feel like you with the full inhale, much range of motion is tense, right? So the goal is inhales and still have full. Okay, so just to demonstrate you, full inhale, packing. Wait a little bit. Packing. So still, it was roughly like my lung is usually 7.5 to 8 liters. Packing, so 9.5, and even with fullest lung volume, we still want to achieve full range of motion. Okay? Does any of you know lung volume yet or not yet? That could be a cool thing to measure if you have opportunity. Like start. What is your lung volume? And then you can see the progress. Lungs become bigger. Your lung can be like 3 liters, 3.5, 4 liters, 4.5, and the bigger. You want to have more oxygen with each breath. So adding even a little bit, even 5% on top of your lung volume, basically. Okay. Okay. Let's do another. Anyone felt dizzy or all good? Right? So if you feel dizzy, take longer. When your body starts to adapt, and if you spend 10 seconds more while you hold your breath, then you will not feel dizzy, right? So just top up with the longer. Okay. Do 2 portions or 3 portions, whatever feels comfortable. Let's start with the belly first. Inhale. Breath hold and gentle stretches. One side, and it's more shoulders. Like your body stays straight, and it's shoulders. Okay. Part of the body, and then slowly top up. Relax your neck, relax your shoulders. And if you still have breath hold, top up more. Okay, how do you feel? Dizzy. But you top up or you inhale and exhale? Top up. Okay. Okay, drink more water. Drink more water.
I didn't drink a lot of water today.
Yeah, drink water. If you feel dizzy, you need to recover, drink more water and stuff. Okay, good. Now we'll do empty lungs and we'll stretch our diaphragm. So our diaphragm muscle, it's not only our breathing muscles, it's our diaphragm that is, it allows us to inflate our lungs in the most efficient way. Okay, to stretch our diaphragm, we'll exhale, empty lungs, and we'll stretch our belly up. Did you try the exercise, the vacuum, before or no?
Oh, yeah.
You tried a vacuum. So you empty lungs. Probably somebody tried it. We'll do full exhale, like forced exhale. Then hold our breath, close our lips, close our vocal folds, and then with a full exhale, get back to the neutral position, and then we'll try to expand our ribcage and relax. Expand, relax. When you expand, you'll feel a strong vacuum in your lungs. Okay, let's try that. And if there is vacuum, your diaphragm, you'll suck your belly up. Okay. Inhale. Full exhale. Everything. Hold your breath. Try to lift your ribcage and expand your ribcage. Lift your ribs. Very good. Okay. When you want to stop, before starting to breathe, compress your ribcage again, like compression, and breathe. Okay. Because if you feel like your lungs are empty, or you want to compress your lungs first before breathing, or you start to breathe with the first six seconds, very slowly. Okay, because if you have a vacuum in the lungs, you don't want to inhale like too fast. So do it slowly. Did you feel vacuum? How did you
Like my stomach.
Your stomach goes up, belly goes up, yes. So in stretching, there's two main parts. We want to stretch our lungs with inhale, and we want to stretch our lungs with exhale. So that's enough. And we just want to slowly get bigger inhale, fuller exhale. With exhale, there's another, the same way like there is a trick with inhale. Again, it's not for today. In freediving, there is full exhale, and we always have a small portion of air. It's 1 liter, 1 liter and a half. There is still air. It's still there. So we can reverse pack it. It looks like that. I was sucking the air out of the lungs. It just shows us that we still have a lot of air in the lungs. It feels like it's empty, but it's not completely empty. Okay? Second attempt. Breathing cycle. Prepare for the breath hold. One more. And let's do inhale. Full exhale. Hold your breath. Get back in the straight position and pull your belly up. And slowly finish your breath hold. Don't finish it like rapidly. Slowly finish your breath hold. Okay. How does it feel? And it could be a very strong urge to breathe. I will tell you a bit more about urge to breathe in a second, but we'll work with this urge to breathe. Main focus. Okay. Did you feel that stretch in the belly? Something here like stretching and pulled up? Okay, good. Now we'll get back to the full lung exercise, and then inhaling, also with the little steps. And now we'll try to move our portion of air up and down, up and down. That'll be to train our breathing muscles and to move this portion. Usually when we inhale, we end up with our chest expanded, right? Our breathing muscles are tense. But we can actually push this portion of air down. And we'll try to do that right now. Like we can move it up and down. First, full inhale. That's another stretch exercise. Inhale. And then that's a really good one to warm up your breathing muscles really fast. Okay. You pretty much move you can imagine that your air bubble up and down. You compress your breathing muscles, move it down to the belly. Okay. The last one, the last stretch exercise. Let's do partial inhale only with the belly. 1. And with small portion, work with the breathing muscles. Move your air portion up and down, up and down. Stay, top up. Deeper inhale. Now same thing. And if you still have some room for more air, top up. Hold the breath. Work on this range of motion and recover. Okay, dizzy or it's okay? Better. Go. Try to feel if you're breathing muscles tired, like you warmed up, and focus on the back part of the lungs as well. We'll try to do a couple cycles just to inhale in the back. All right. So those are very simple exercises to warm up and to work on the strength of breathing muscles, or also on the flexibility. Next will be our to focus on the urge to breathe. Who knows why do we want to breathe? Is it because of oxygen? Is it because of something else? Like what is it? Carbon dioxide. So that's correct. We want to breathe not because the oxygen is low. So that's something we might think when you swim. No, it's a brain. It's a signal. So it's not the signal to our brain that we need to breathe. Actually, it's a signal from our receptors that exhale because we have too much carbon dioxide, CO2. And that's one of the myths, that we out of oxygen, we don't have air, we don't have oxygen. It's not true. Usually when we want to breathe, if you hold the breath for as long as possible, without movement, if you sit, our first urge to breathe will be when we have 85%, 90% of oxygen in our blood still. So we have a lot of oxygen. It's usually first desire to breathe is because our breathing. So that's why we want to stretch them, we want to train our breathing muscles, and it's very, very important element to train them. The same way you train your muscles, legs, arms, everything, right? So we want to train our breathing muscles and want to have better control. But second urge to breathe when you swim, is because you have too much carbon dioxide, and we want to exhale. We need to just purge carbon dioxide, right? And if we remember in this moment that we still have a lot of oxygen, that helps us psychologically, like we know there is no reason to panic, there is no reason to think we're out of air. If you don't tense up, if you don't accelerate, you'll be fine. And just as an example, with distance records, the pool records, the urge to breathe is usually like halfway. So if their world record with mono, like roughly 300 meters, the first urge to breathe starts at 150. And then athletes who would compete, they'll be able to relax more, the urge to breathe, meters. So we need to just remember the main reason for our urge to breathe is carbon dioxide, and if it tense up more, our body will produce more carbon dioxide. So the way for us to less urge to breathe is to be more efficient with the technique. If your technique is not efficient, if you move with too much and then it will affect you swimming. It's not only for the breath hold dives or swims, it's also for any swims. If you swim with less efficiency, you will produce more carbon dioxide, and then you'll want to breathe more, right? So that's the reason for us to train, and for swimming, for diving. Other than that, the reason for us to get used to carbon dioxide is very, very stressful. When you feel that we want to breathe and then carbon dioxide goes up, it is like very unpleasant feeling, right? If you feel throughout the dives, it's not very pleasant. But when you swim, it's very intense because you move very, and the way for us to get high levels of carbon dioxide is to start. That's what we will try now. We start with breath holds. We'll focus on the urge to breathe right now when you don't swim, and we'll learn how to react to the urge to breathe. So we'll start without do a few more exercises when we will move, and then we'll do a few more exercises when we swim. Okay? And the important with this urge to breathe is to react to it. If you feel the urge to breathe and if you tense up, harder. If you feel the urge to breathe and you try to become loose, maintaining speed underwater, or or loose, or you don't tense up. Okay? This is the technical part of the exercise, but the key element why we do these exercises is because when we breathe and we become more resilient, more calm, when we feel the urge to breathe, it also trains our nervous system. So in freediving, element for us to become a better breath holder, or to dive deeper, to dive further, is not to react to the full feeling of urge to breathe. And that trains our nervous system become when you feel stressed. And that's a very valuable element which you can use for your swimming, for your studying, for anything, right? So if you just can stay calm, you feel the urge to breathe, but you can stay calm, that'll train your nervous system to be affected by stress. That's the reason for us to practice that element, right? Okay, so let's start with, we'll do 3 different breath holds. One breath hold will with a neutral lungs, without inhale, without exhale. We exhale, but we exhale without force. Let's start with that. And the breath hold will be, when you want to breathe and we feel our first urge to breathe, wait for 5-10 seconds. And seconds, I'll tell 30 seconds. So roughly, if you feel urge to breathe, don't start right away. Relax more. Relax your shoulders, relax your neck, abdominal muscles. Okay? No, first one will be inhale, and then we passively exhale. And then we hold. All right. Let's do 3 inhales. First one. Exhale. Second one. Third one. And then passive exhale. And start. Hold the breath. Close your lips. Close your vocal folds. Don't breathe. And pay attention to your breathing muscles, to your chest to your belly, and wait until you want to breathe. You can close your eyes, you can half close your eyes. Seconds. Relax your neck, relax your shoulders. 30 seconds to breathe. Relax even more. Just for one cycle, 5 seconds, 10 seconds. 40 seconds. And breathe, recover. 1 minute. Okay, 1 minute should be enough. Anyone else? Anyone not breathing? Everyone breathing. You're not breathing? Crazy. Okay. 110. That's enough. Breathe. Okay, you can breathe. Cool. Did it work with their 5 seconds, 10 seconds of like a bit of contraction, maybe a bit of urge to breathe? But did you manage to hold your breath for a bit longer after an urge to breathe?
You were supposed to let your lungs exhale, right?
Yes. Yeah. Okay. So the breath hold now was without much air. It was neutral, right? Okay. Everybody did breath hold with no much air after exhale? Okay. Second one we'll do with a full exhale. Now we'll exhale, and then we'll force exhale. And then we'll hold our breath. So now the intensity will be higher, and that's very good breath hold to train the resistance to the urge to breathe. So if you do that, it'll be so much easier to hold your breath full inhale. Okay? Same principle. We'll hold our breath. You'll feel urge to breathe. Now it might feel like you have a little bit of muscle contraction. When you want to breathe, it might feel like in the belly, in the chest. So if you feel like muscle contractions, that means that you already have higher levels of CO2, carbon dioxide, and that's good. So you still have plenty of oxygen, and your body can stay longer, and you want to train your ability to not react with the nervous system being affected by carbon dioxide. Okay? Okay, now let's do 5 preparation cycles. Full inhale, slow exhale. Inhale, exhale. We don't force it, we do it very, very slowly. Start. First one, inhale. Slow exhale. Pause. Full inhale. Exhale. Small pause after exhale. We'll rest after exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Pause. Like 2 seconds pause. Inhale. Exhale. Pause. And last one. Inhale. Exhale. And hold your breath. Everything. Now you should feel like you have no air, your lungs are empty, but we have a lot of oxygen in our blood. Our lungs not the biggest source of oxygen. We have more than half of our oxygen in our body, in our blood, so it doesn't really matter if your lungs are empty. It's more like it's not comfortable because our lungs are empty, but it doesn't mean we have no air or no oxygen. 30 seconds. "40 seconds. If you want to breathe, you can stop any moment. 50 seconds. One minute. Okay, full exhale, 1 minute should be enough. Anyone who's not breathing, breathe now. How many seconds? Good. Okay. Recover breaths, recover. Perfect. And the third one will be full inhale. But if you feel like full inhale, like you can test now, how does full inhale feel? If you don't do 100%. You can do 70%, you can do 50%, you can do 60%. Just inhale something which feels comfortable, okay? So try which one feels really comfortable. Like inhale and hold the breath. Okay. Recover breaths. In the first session, like today, we don't want to do 100%. 100% is only something we use for stretching. But if you want to hold the breath, it's 100% is too much pressure, too much stretch for our breathing muscles. So now do something comfortable, like 70, 80. Okay. Same principle. We'll do 5 preparation cycles. Hold the breath. And when you feel urge to breathe, now you maybe will feel contractions, urge to breathe, but because you have full inhale, or like almost full inhale, you actually can last longer. So you can wait not only for 5 to 10 seconds, maybe you can hold after you want to stop, maybe it's 20 seconds more. Okay? And just remember, you have plenty of oxygen. It's only becomes harder when you tense up and you hold your breath with tension. If you can relax your shoulders, relax your neck, then you can actually wait and experience this elevation of CO2 for a bit longer, and it's still plenty of breath hold. If you relax, your ability to hold the breath is usually in the range of 2 minutes, 3 minutes. The amateur, like not competitive freediving, is under 5 minutes breath hold. Is after you start training breath holds and you practice it the same way you practice swimming. An amateur freediver who trains really well can hold their breath for 6 minutes. Athletes hold their breath for 7 minutes, 8 minutes, 9 minutes, 10 minutes, right? So the same way you practice swimming, you can practice breath holds. You never do this alone though, like in the water. Now we do dry, but in water it's forbidden to do this alone, right? Freediving is a practice where you only do this with a trainer and you never do this by yourself. Dry is safe. If you do dry, that's something you can practice to train your breathing muscles, work on the volume, and work on resistance on CO2. In the pool, you can practice some CO2 tables, but again, if trainer will give you this and you have supervision, okay? Okay. Now the task will be to feel you have urge to breathe, you want to stop, you want to exhale, but remember that you have plenty of oxygen. It's more of your body to cover you. Just relax more. Okay? 5 cycles. Do slow inhale, slow exhale, and pause. In, out, pause. In, out, pause. Okay. Inhale. Yeah. Wait. You can, if you sit, now it's sitting position. If you do it like as a practice like at home, you can be laying position as well. Laying is really relaxing. So if you lay, this is the best position for your body if you're to be relaxed. If you sit, if you do this, just take any position, straight legs, bend them, whatever feels relaxing in your body. Maybe not too much rolling your shoulders, maybe just not. You don't want to keep your posture too much as well because you'll be tense. So something relaxed. Okay, 5 cycles. Inhale. And then very, very relaxed exhale. Ooh. And a small pause after exhale. Inhale. Very slow exhale. Pause. Inhale. Very slow exhale. Pause. One more. Inhale. Exhale. Pause. And then when we do breath hold, remember that so it becomes your best result. Also you'll have work before next time I come. Like in a month, 2 months time, I'll come back and you will have a little homework to see how far you can progress. Let's do comfortable inhale, not 100%, and start. Inhale. Something comfortable, breath, start. Close your lips, close your vocal folds, relax your shoulders, relax your abs. The main task is to work with the carbon dioxide. We have plenty of oxygen in the lungs, but also more oxygen in our blood, in our body. So just feel there's urge to breathe. And it's very easy now because we don't move like in the water. It's very easy to relax when you want to breathe. A bit of desire to breathe, relax more. So it's like exercise, already 45 seconds. It's like an exercise to work with the breathing muscles. It's 1 minute. One 10. One 20. If you breathe, do recover breathing, a few deep breathing cycles, 130, few deep breathing cycles, and then think about how did it feel, if you really wanted to breathe a lot or not really much. 140. $150. Two minutes. Okay, raise your hand if you're still holding your breath, okay? Okay, 210, that's enough, that's enough. Hold your breath, start breathing, start breathing. Remember the time, and also think about if after recover breaths, if actually you wanted to breathe a lot, or if it was gone after one cycle, 2 cycles. After first exhale, it's so much better. So you might feel like you want to breathe a lot, and then you exhale, and you feel great. It's more like an illusion. It's not a real desire yet, right? It's like an illusion which nervous system reacts to the carbon dioxide, but you exhale and it feels fine. So the only mistake when you want to breathe while you're not moving, when you're sitting up. The key technique here is when you move, when you will swim and do the same practice when you swim. If you want to breathe, if you feel the carbon dioxide, then if you sprint, accelerate, if you try to touch the wall and you start to swim faster, this is a mistake as well, right? The goal when you swim underwater is to maintain the same speed, is not to accelerate. So now we'll do breath holds. It'll be neutral. It'll be full exhale. It'll be inhale, comfortable inhale. Now the time can be better. And we'll do 1 cycle before we go in the water. In the water, we'll just repeat breath holds. It'll be going to be records. We'll not try to do max dives, but we'll try to do swims with dolphin kick, without fins. Dolphin kick, fins, right? Dolphin kick without fins, with fins, and breaststroke. So 3 styles in the water. And the goal will be to swim and to feel this connection between your relaxation, will maintain the same speed, and then how you react to the urge to breathe. As soon as you stop trying to accelerate, as soon as you try to relax your breathing muscles and work on the body position, your desire to breathe will be less. Okay. But again, for you, unlike for like freediving, for me, the goal is not maximum distance, right? For you, the more important part of this practice is not to do max breath holds, not to do max distance, is to do repetitive breath holds, repetitive swims, with a manageable urge to breathe, not intense, because it's not. It's in freediving, yes, it's the goal to do maximum breath hold. For you, the goal will be to train your nervous system not to react to the urge to breathe, and it will help you in swimming, but it will also help you in daily life, right? To stay calmer. And if you overload the nervous system, if you do too much holds, it might be too much. You don't want to do high intensity breath holds. You want to do something manageable, like average, low intensity, medium intensity breath holds, but do a series of those. That'll be much better. Okay? Yeah. But we start with the first breath hold will be with. Okay. Let's start. First one. Да, ну, как раз я вам сейчас быстренько приведу. Let's start with 5 cycles. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And the breath hold after exhale, but passive, not forced. Inhale. Passive exhale. We start. Hold the breath and relax. Thirty seconds. This is 45. Better sit. And 1 minute. Is it inhale or passive exhale? Inhale. 1 minute 10. One minute. One minute 30. One minute 40. Okay, everybody's breathing here. 150. And 2 minutes should be enough for this one. Okay. Recover breaths. Next one we'll do right away, we'll do inhale. Okay? So we'll do 60%, like maybe a little bit more of inhale, and that'll be the last breath hold. And then we'll go in the water. So a little bit of recovery. Did it work with the urge to breathe, with the carbon dioxide buildup? Did it work for everyone to relax more? Raise your hands if it worked like for 10 seconds, for 20 seconds, to not to start breathing. Like, did you feel urge to breathe and then you could not start breathing? Worked? Okay, okay. Good. Now the goal for the next one with a inhale, not max inhale, like comfortable inhale. Try to observe this urge to breathe, carbon dioxide, how you react. If you're feeling like a bit of stress, like a bit of anxiety, and maybe like panicky sensation, and then you try to lower your shoulders, relax your breathing muscles, chest, belly, and see how it affects your anxiety and stress level. Because as soon as you relax, it goes away, right? So there is direct connection between breathing muscles and our sensation of panic, etc. Let's start. Relax. Do a couple of sighs. And to prepare for the breath hold, this little pause after exhale is super important. So inhale, exhale, and a small pause, rest. So the sensation of like a rest period is very important. Inhale, exhale, and exhale is like a sigh. Pause. Inhale, exhale, pause, rest. Inhale, exhale, pause. Inhale, relax your shoulders, shoulders down, exhale, pause. Okay. And with the next inhale, we start comfortable inhale. Start the breath hold, close your lips, close your vocal fold, relax your shoulders, relax your neck, and focus on your breathing muscles, the way how you react to your elevation of carbon dioxide. You have plenty of oxygen. Remember that the first comes when it's 90%, 85% of oxygen in our body still. So you only focus on how you react to the urge to breathe. 40 seconds. And that's how you train your nervous system. Very good, 50 seconds. Your nervous system sends you this signal that there is elevation of carbon dioxide. You train not to react. Relax your shoulders, relax your neck, everything. 1:15. So you feel like your nervous system wants to react with tension, and you train your body, you train with your mind not to react in this way. 1:30. And if you're breathing already, analyze how was it. Because usually when you start breathing cycles, after one cycle, after two cycles, you feel fine. There is no like 45. Two minutes. 2:10. 2:15, very good. Okay, 2:20. Relax your shoulders, relax your neck. You see? So, very good. 2:30. That's enough. Breathe. Okay, everyone's breathing. Cool. Perfect. Did it work with a little bit of like extension of the breath hold? You want to breathe, but you relax. Did it work? Now you swim. Go, take your goggles, like go there. We'll do 4 swims with fins first. So with fins, do your favorite like kick, flutter kick, dolphin kick. We'll do 25s with quite short rest. Like the rest will be 5 breaths, 10 breaths. So swim, recover, and we'll do four dives.